Nihan, welcome students to this semester's Principles of Nutrition course. My name is Dr. Roman Pawlak, and I will be your instructor. In this recording, I would like to give you a brief overview of what this course is about, how you can access course material, where you can find my lectures, a little bit about the textbook that you will be reading, quizzes that you will be taking, assignments that you will be working on, okay? If you have any questions after you watch this video, you are more than welcome to contact me. Most of the contacts that we will have will be via email, and I will show you in a moment on another slide the email address which you can use to contact me. I know that you should see me in the right lower corner of the screen, but on this slide here I included a larger picture of me just so you know what your instructor looks like. Okay, you can also have the spelling of my name. Roman is my first name, Pawlak is my last name. PhD stands for Doctor of Philosophy in Nutrition, which means that I have a doctorate degree in nutrition. RDN stands for Registered Dietitian Nutritionist, which is a credentials that are issued by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. You may have noticed that my name is not a Native American name. I am actually originally from Poland. However, I have lived in the United States and prior to the United States also in Canada for a long period of time. And I have been teaching nutrition, actually a variety of different courses of nutrition at East Carolina University in North Carolina in the United States for almost 2 decades, okay? So again, you have my name here as well as the name of my teaching assistant. Okay, I actually don't quite know how you pronounce her name, but she tells me that I can call her Sunny. You probably will be able to read her name without any difficulties. For any questions regarding the course assignments, any help you might need, you are more than welcome to either contact me at the email provided here, pawlakr@ecu.edu, or you can send your email to my teaching assistant, Sunny. You might be on a completely different time zone. I live in Greenville, North Carolina, which is the same time zone as Washington, D.C., Eastern Standard Time. And I understand that Beijing is 12 hours different, on a 12 hours forward in comparison to Washington, D.C. or where I live. And so you might be emailing me when I am asleep, and I might be replying to you when you are asleep. I will do my best to reply to your emails as soon as I get them. But again, because of the time difference, it may take sometimes a few hours, perhaps. For sure, you will not be waiting more than 24 hours with getting answers to your questions, okay? I also want to add that I will set up a live meeting with me, okay? I haven't decided yet exactly on what days and how, whether we will be using Zoom or any other platform, but I will send you an email letting you know how you can join me for live chat with anything that you would like to chat about, whether again, course material, maybe there is something you don't understand and you need clarification, or anything related to the class, okay? I will again send those to you a little bit later on. Now, before I go on and tell you again a little bit about the course, I would like to focus just briefly on why studying nutrition is important. What you are looking at on this slide is the leading causes of mortality in the United States. This word mortality means death, okay? So what are the causes of death in the United States. And I want you to see those underlying causes: heart disease, cancer, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, and so on, are all related to nutrition, to what we eat, how we eat. I'm not saying by this that nutrition is the only cause, but it is one of the major causes of developing and dying of these diseases. And I could actually argue that some of the other causes of death are at least in part directly or indirectly related also to nutrition or lifestyle. Nutrition is part of our lifestyle, okay? So this is in the United States. Notice here we have the leading causes of mortality in China. They are actually somewhat similar to what we have here in the United States. And again, I underline here those that are related to nutrition and diet. And so I think this underscores the importance of studying nutrition, because when you know how to eat healthy, right, and you develop a healthy eating habit, you can actually decrease the risk of developing these conditions and decrease the risk of dying of these conditions, okay? Now, back to the course. Let's now briefly talk about the course description. I will not be reading this. This is taken from the syllabus. By the way, you can access the syllabus from Moodle. I will show you where it is located. But this course is a basic or elementary course, meaning you will be learning the most introductory principles of nutrition, okay? And also practical application of these principles. We will also be looking a little bit about metabolism of nutrients, human anatomy and physiology, digestion, but we will stress the issue of disease prevention, how we can prevent diseases from developing in the first place, okay? We will also be looking at principles of how we can eat in different life stages. For example, when you are pregnant, right? Or when you are feeding young children. And mainly, we will be also looking at nutrition in adults and elderly, because again, when we are older, we have a higher risk of developing many of the diseases that are the main causes of mortality, of death, heart disease, cancers, and so on. And so we will be focusing on those, okay? Textbook. You will not have to be purchasing any textbook, okay? This means I saved you some money already, because I have written a textbook for you, and I am offering the textbook for you free of charge. I will be referring to the textbook as a course pack. Notice here, a course pack, okay? And you have 18 chapters long course pack that is available on Moodle in a PDF format. Again, please download this course pack, and you will have quizzes based on the course pack reading. That's why I am offering that course pack for you, because again, you will not only be tested on the content of the course pack with quizzes that I have, 18 quizzes, one quiz for each chapter of the course pack, but also the information from the course pack will be on your exams. So on your exams, I will also be asking for information that you will be learning from reading the course book, okay? Grading, okay? And you can see here that you will be graded in terms of percentage, okay? So when you take an exam, you may get 100% or 90% or 85% or 75%. Hopefully, nobody will get any lower than that, okay? And then when you submit an assignment, again, you will be graded based on percentage. 100% will always be perfect score, right? Anything less would be a little bit less than perfect. At the end of the semester, you will have a cumulative grade percentage. And when all the quizzes and all the exams and assignments were taken and submitted, I will look at your cumulative grade percentage and I will translate these percentages into a letter grade, whether A, B, and so on, okay? The course is divided into weeks, okay? And for each week, you will have several different lectures that you will be watching. We have exactly 60 lectures available for you, and each lecture is approximately 15 minutes. Some might be slightly shorter and some might be slightly longer, but approximately 15 minutes. I actually did not list all the lectures, just samples of the lectures. In your syllabus, you have all the lectures listed. And at the end of each week, with the exception of week 4, you will have an exam. Exam 1 rather, is worth only 5% of the final grade. Okay, this is just so you can get a taste of what the exams will look like. And subsequent exams will be worth a little bit more toward the final grade. Speaking of subsequent exams, notice that again we have selected topics listed that you will be learning about in week 2, and then at the end of the week you have exam 2, which will be worth 10% of the final grade, right? Here we have week 3 and also exam 3 worth 15%, okay? And then in week 4 we will not have an exam, and this is because in week 5 we only have a few topics to cover, and so you will only have the final exam. So the total 4 exams, the final worth the most, 20% of the final grade, okay? Now, I'm not with you. You may be living in the dorm or maybe at home, regardless of where you live or from where you will be taking these exams, okay? I'm not watching you. So these exams are all open textbook, open notes type of exams. However, I want to tell you that you will have a limited time, okay? So you have to study, and before you take the exam, study as if it was a face-to-face in-classroom exam. Why? Because it would be impossible for you to just look for an answer for every single question. You will need to again be familiar with the material in order to answer all the questions on the exam because of the time limitation, okay? Now let me show you also, this is a picture from Moodle, okay? This is the way I see it on Moodle. I honestly do not know if you have exactly the same view, or maybe you as students have the view a little bit modified, but you should see in Moodle a link called Syllabus and Textbooks. So when you click on that link, that's where you will find a copy of the syllabus as well as the copy of the textbook, again, course pack, whichever you prefer to call it, okay? Also, notice, and I will scroll to the next slide right here. Notice here we have week 1 and everything that you will need to know here, or you will rather have to do, will be found in here. So you have a link here to lecture videos, right? When you click on that link, you should see all the lectures that you will have to be watching on that particular week, within that particular week. As well as you have 4 different quizzes here with the deadlines next to the quiz. And so in this particular week, you have to take all of these quizzes, which means that you will be reading 4 chapters from the course pack. Okay, we don't have a discussion, so this particular item is not available for you. Okay, I hope you follow me. And here again, when you click on lectures, you see different lecture topics: Introduction to Nutrition, Causes of Mortality, Food Choices, Principles of Nutrition Research, Dietary Guidelines, and so on and so on. I know that you can read, okay? So you can click on each one of these and you will have 15 minutes video or so. And then the next week you will click on, or you will go to week 2, and again you will click on the video lectures, and or you will have a set of quizzes for that particular week. All right. Here I included the deadlines for the different quizzes. So notice again that each quiz is based on one exam, and the number quiz 1 corresponds with chapter 1, right? Quiz 2 corresponds with chapter 2, and so on. And here you have deadline. So by May 13, 11 p.m. Beijing time, okay, you have to submit the quiz. Please note that I will not let you submit the quiz after the deadline, with some exceptions, and that would be a rare situation when a student has a prolonged illness or some serious family emergency or things of that nature. Other than that, the quizzes are available online. The quizzes will be available for several days for you, and so plan accordingly so you don't miss any quiz, because that's a really silly way for you to reduce your grade. Notice that all 18 of the quizzes are worth 30% of the final grade. Quiz 1 is worth just 1%, and then all the other quizzes are worth 2% of the final grade. Okay, you will have 2 different assignments. The first one is called Diet Analysis Assignment, and the goal of this particular assignment is to use something called MyPlate. You may have heard of this. MyPlate is a set of recommendations, is a visual set of recommendations. We will be learning about MyPlate, so as we learned, you will understand what MyPlate is about, and then you will be using again this idea of MyPlate to evaluate your own diet, and then propose how you may need to modify your diet in order to follow more closely the dietary recommendations. And if you don't follow the recommendations, what potential health conditions you may be at risk, okay? I actually have more instructions for you available on Moodle, so please access those, read, and let me know or let my assistant know if you have any questions. The deadline to submit this particular exam is May 28, okay? Assignment number 2, okay? Create a short video recording in which important nutrition topic is discussed, okay? And I actually also have a separate document in which you will find more elaborated instructions. You will also have topics. You will pick one topic, and then you will have grading criteria, and you will upload a link to a YouTube, okay? And we can just click, either myself or my assistant can click on that link and watch your video and then post your grade. You have a deadline here, June 4, okay? Please, again, read the instructions, and if you have any questions, let us know. And that's pretty much all that I have for you. Welcome one more time. Again, if there is anything, any questions, anything that you are not clear on, do not hesitate to contact either myself or my teaching assistant. My teaching assistant speaks Chinese, so if that's a helpful thing, you may also contact her in Chinese, but she also is fluent in English, so either one, okay? Welcome one more time. Thank you.